So we're going to look in this video at solving trig equations where we have more than one solution. Most of our equations will have two solutions, and we're also going to be looking at it when we're solving equations that are really only involving positive solutions. So what I'm talking about there will make sense as the video progresses, but you will be dealing with the negative side of them in class. That's what you'll be doing as the more challenging work. We're also going to be only looking at our answers being over the period between 0 and 360. So if you have any answer bigger than 360, we're ignoring them, and any of our answers less than 0, we're ignoring them. But we don't need to worry about that too much at the moment. So you should be aware of the cast diagram. There's a short video about where that comes from and how it works. A, S, T, C. That's the answer that comes up from your calculator. This is worked out by taking the answer in your calculator away from 180 and works with the sine curve for positive equations only. And this is worked out by adding the angle from your calculator to 180. And this one is worked out by doing 360 minus the answer in your calculator. This quadrant rule is used for cos second solution. This rule is used for tan second solution. So let's get started. So start off nice and easy. Sin x equals 0.7. So let's work out what x is for this. I want the two solutions that would occur between 0 and 360. So the first one is worked out by the old way, the way we've been doing it, taking the inverse of sine of both sides, putting that into our calculator. I'll do that just now. I'm getting 44.43 to two decimal places. And then we have to work out what the second solution is going to be. Because this is a cast diagram, we use the cast diagram to find out which rule we're going to be using. Because it's a sine function, we're going to be looking in the S quadrant. Right, and we're dealing with a positive term. So it's going to be 180 minus our answer here. So we get our first answer ready again. And our second answer is worked out by doing the above. And that's our two solutions. So let's try again. This time for the number 2. Now what I would suggest you do for each of these is you draw yourself a little reminder. A, S, T, C. In this case it's going to be tan x equals 0.8. And so what we do is we're wanting to find out when are we on the x-axis at a height of 0.8. So let's go ahead and do that. Put it into your calculator. Okay. And the second time that would occur, so that's the one that comes out the calculator. Second time, the solution is worked out by looking in this quadrant because it's a t, because it's a tan curve. And the rule says in the third quadrant to take 180 and add what your calculator tells you to add, i.e. this answer here. So we do 180 plus 38.66. So our two answers are 38.66 and 218.66. So two solutions over 360. Now if it's a cost equation, you would do it with the cost quadrant 360 minus the calculator. I'm going to give you one more calculation like that. But we're going to make it a little bit more complicated before I get you to do yours. So let's make this up. I'm not going to make it that complicated. 6 cos plus 2 equals 5. So, I've got my x. Start that off. Take away 2 from both sides. 6 cos x equals 3. Cos x equals 3 over 6, because if I divided by 6 on both sides. So x can be calculated by taking the inverse of cos of 1/2, because 3/6 simplified becomes 1/2. So our first answer is 60. Our second answer, we go to our cast diagram. A, S, T, C. Because it's a positive, our first answer comes out from the calculator. And our second answer comes from the fourth quadrant's rule. The fourth quadrant's rule is 360 minus what your answer is in your calculator. Again, for a little bit more information about your cast diagram, look at my videos on it, and it'll give you a bit more info. I'm going to give you a couple of questions and I'll leave you guys to solve them for me later. So there are your 3 questions. The worked example will come up in a second. Okay, and there is the work solutions underneath. If you need to pause the video to see if you made a mistake, or if you can find any mistakes that I might have done, that'd be great.